Switching.
We just got back from the trail and we decided we wanted to make a video to show a few things that we would recommend you check after a trail, dirt roads, or just a weekend out. So we have a Tacoma here. Keith is working on his Tacoma over there as well. Just kind of preparing his truck for the next trip, basically. So let's get started. So the number one thing would be kind of obvious. So when you're done with the trail, you air up, but generally you just air up just to get home. You don't really have it filled exactly to where you like it to be. So we're going to check it. We're currently at 37, which in my opinion is a little bit high for this truck, so we can air down. But we could also do a chalk test video. So if you're interested in that, let us know. What that is basically we chalk the tire, and depending on your setup, if you have a bumper, you have a camper, the PSI that you should be running could vary from truck to truck. So that video might be helpful. Again, let us know if you want to see it. So basically just check, make sure all your tire pressures are where it should be at. So this next one is kind of obvious as well. We're going to check the lug nuts, make sure they are all still torqued. So third gen Tacomas, they are set to, or they should be 83 foot-pounds. And as this list goes, we're going to get deeper and deeper into it. So stay tuned until the end. But when you do these, make sure you do it in a star pattern, especially when they first go on, because you don't want to have one side tighter or further in than the other one. The next one is going to be inside your glove box. Move everything out of the way. There is this flap back here. You slide it up if you have a third gen Tacoma. And then back here, we have your cabin air filter. This is the air that you breathe in from the outside. So you want to replace this about every 20,000 miles or so. But you can see here, this truck has not had it done probably ever. So you can see that there's leaves and just a bunch of junk in there. So this is what you're breathing. So replace this and just check it. It's super easy to check. So even if you drive a very dusty area, probably replace this before 20,000 miles. Next, we have the air filter that is in the engine bay. So this one is for your engine. This provides clean air to your engine. And this is how your engine stays clean and runs forever. So take a look at it. The big thing is if you're working outside, you can use the sun. So this one is not too bad. You can still see through it, and there's not a lot of junk in there. So this one's still pretty good. But again, if you drive in dusty conditions, a lot of back roads or anything like that, replace this more often than usual. So now we have the truck lifted. So if you're doing this at home, you can just crawl under there or have a creeper to slide under there. But we're going to want to check your suspension components just because the suspension has just been cycling all day. So upper control arms, if you have had your vehicle built with us, we will have paint marked on pretty much all the bolts. So if you see that is no longer there, that means that bolt or nut has either moved, and you would just know which one to check with that. So upper control arms, strut, you check the top bolts, check the lower bolt as well, the control arms, and then you can kind of reassess your skid plates and everything else under here to see if you got any damage, if you felt like you hit anything while off-road. So don't forget to check the rear suspension as well when you're checking the suspension. Top nut right there. Again, if you got work done from us, there's going to be a paint mark color there. And then on the bottom as well, we'll have one down here. And then just kind of have a visual inspection of everything, leaf packs, everything. Just make sure everything is kind of in the same place. And the one thing I did forget is just make sure you check your front axles as well. There's no leaks and there's not grease just slinging everywhere. That's a easy sign to tell that you got a boot that's torn. So next up, this is actually in the owner's manual to grease your propeller shaft. So there's going to be one right here. This is kind of in the front. The transmission is right here. Spin it, you'll find the the fitting for it, and then just get a grease gun and squeeze some grease in there, and it'll just overflow just a little bit. So one right there. And if you have a 4Runner, there's actually a few more that will be back here in this section as well. Basically, look for any fittings along the drive shaft and fill anything that you could see. And then on top of that, you'll want to tighten all the bolts up as well. So for example, these guys here, there's going to be 4 of them. Tighten those ones up, and then tighten the rest of them up here. So you can even check this one if you want to. Check that, and then tighten these guys up right here. And those ones are going to be a little hard above the T case right there. And then lastly, all the way in the front as well. Just make sure you torque that. So actually in the manual, it tells you to do it, I think, every 5,000 miles or so. And depending on your driving, so if you're driving a lot on dirt roads and stuff, they want you to do that for sure every 5,000 miles or six months. But if you do mostly street driving, I think in the manual, you'll be okay to go to 10 or 15,000 miles. But definitely check those, because a lot of people that come to our shop don't even know that you're supposed to check those, because they usually take it to somewhere that just does an oil change, and that's one of the things that they don't really check. So if you come to us, we'll make sure we'll grease all those up too, and tighten everything up for you underneath. So now we're kind of getting into something that probably nobody has done to their truck yet. So talking about tightening up the body to the actual chassis and the frame itself. So one up here, and then we have one right here in your cab mount. And then on the 4Runner, there's actually a few more that you have to tighten up as well. So working our way back. And then on the trucks, we also have the Tacoma and the Tundras, we have bed bolts that attach to the actual frame. So we have these guys here, it's kind of poking through. You'll want to tighten that from the top side. So inside your bed, you'll tighten that, and making sure that your bed is secured to the frame. This next one in the owner's manual, it says with some towing, some heavy use. So if you have a truck that has some larger tires, some weight on it, it's kind of the same thing. And especially if you used it pretty heavily off-road. In the front, we have the front diff in this hole here. You'll kind of see it, but there's a drain hole there. So you'll need to remove your front skid plate to drain it. And then on top here, we have the fill hole, which is right there. And basically you'll want to stick the tube or the pump in there, fill it up until it starts seeping out a little bit. And that's when you'll know how to stop and then close it off. And then working our way back, there is the T case. T case every maybe 30,000 miles, but with heavy use, you can go a little bit sooner, but it's easy to check. Best way to check, open up the fill hole, stick your finger in there and see how dark it is. If it's dark, replace it even if it's not 30,000 miles yet. Drain hole's right here. So open that up, let it drain out, open the top, fill that one up, and then just same thing until it leaks out a little bit, tighten that up, put everything back. And then lastly, the rear dip. So the T case can go a little bit longer, but the rear diff and the front diff you should probably do earlier than later, especially the rear diff, just because you're probably using two-wheel drive more than you are four-wheel drive. So drain hole gonna be right down here. You can see this one's kind of mangled up a little bit, but they did it that way to protect the bolt still, so you can still access that. And then drain hole or the fill hole is up here. Open that up, same thing. Once it's empty, put that back, fill this until it starts seeping out, tighten it back up. Super easy. And if you have a manual gearbox, there's actually a drain and fill plug for that as well. So right in the center here between the two catalytic converters, there's going to be a drain here and then a fill plug, pretty much the same exact size as the front rear diff and T case. So just empty that, fill it up, and then same thing, once it starts leaking out, put everything back in and torque down. A pretty common one, and probably the last one here, is the cam tabs. So this is your alignment cams. This is kind of how you set some of your alignment specs here. So as this circle spins, if you're off-road and this thing shifts, like if you hit a rock or something, it could potentially bend this tab back and make it flat. We've seen a lot of that happen. So if you look at these, there's a pair of them here in the back of this. and then in the rear arms as well. So basically 2, 4, 6, 8 per side. So driver side and passenger side will have 8 each. Make sure you still have those there. If you don't have it, if you wheel it pretty hard, I would recommend getting some Ken tab gussets or bring it to us. We can also just put a weld on the side of that, so that way it beefens it up a little bit. It's not as strong as adding the cam tabs on it, but it does help. I think that is pretty much everything. I'm sure there's more, because literally you can literally look at every single bolt nut that is underneath your truck and just make sure everything's there. But this is kind of a general idea. Some of it is actually in the owner's manual as well. So if you need some flushes done, every 5 to 15K is pretty common. So if you need any help, if you're in Colorado, let us know and we can definitely help you out with that. But if we did miss anything, let us know in the comments, so that way we can either make another video or something to help out other viewers as well. But if you guys are new here, not subscribed to the channel already, let us know what you guys want to see, and we'll see you guys next time.